Hello again, everyone. My name is Kevin Walker. I'm a pitching coach for the Portland Sea Dogs. I wanted to do a quick bio on myself, just so if you have some new audience members. Played professional baseball for 20 years. Had a chance to play in the major leagues and fulfill my dreams. Now I'm a pitching coach, going on my 8th year. My goals are to get back to the big leagues as a coach, but I love the aspect of mental skills. It helped me a lot as a player, and I believe in them. And I'm in National University right now, finishing up my master's degree. I got 3 more classes. Hopefully the experiences I learned here will help these players fulfill their dreams in the locker room. This week's subject, we're going to talk about team cohesion, especially team cohesion in professional sports and professional populations. This is a subject that I have a lot of knowledge in. I've seen and been on really good teams that are really strong, work together, but I've also been on teams that have struggled to form an identity and didn't work out so well. So let's get started. Let's watch a little clip of some professional athletes talking about teamwork.
When a team is at its best, everyone is working together for a common goal. It doesn't matter who gets the credit.
I think football and the sport that I play is the ultimate team sport. You know, you can do the right thing every play that you're out there, but if 10 other guys aren't doing the same thing and doing the right thing every play like you are, you're not going to be successful.
We can't do it on our own. We have to be able to lean on somebody else.
You got to lead by example. Let them know that you are doing everything that you possibly can to help your team succeed and help them succeed, and kind of help them fulfill their role on the team. You know, everybody has a role on the team.
In this game that we play, we definitely rely on everybody else to do their job and do it the best they can. And
do my best to put them in a position to succeed, you know, not only on the field, but in life.
And it's just neat to know that no matter what happens, you know, I have somebody that I can call.
you know, it's just like in life. You know, a lot of times you're not going to be able to do it yourself. You know, you and God are a team. You and God can make it happen. So teamwork can be defined anywhere.
I really like Drew Brees. Been a fan of him as a quarterback, but I've watched multiple videos of him talking about teamwork, talking about passion, talking about dedication. And when you see him on the field, you just see his leadership and how he gets his whole team together and puts them on their back for a common goal, to share one common goal. And he's very inspirational, he's very passionate, and I believe a lot of his teammates feed off of him. So there's no doubt that that's the reason why he's a Super Bowl winner and probably a Hall of Fame quarterback. But for me, team cohesion is extremely important in sports, especially if you're looking to do something great or to win a championship. I've been on some good teams. I was on the 2005 Chicago White Sox, World Series champions. Very cohesive team. Guys love spending time with each other. We would go to the park at noon just so we could be together and play cards. This is for a 7 o'clock game. Guys actually enjoyed each other's company. But for me, I'm not going to throw a bunch of mumbo jumbo at you about team cohesion. There's a few points in team cohesion that are very important for me. And that's getting to know one another. You have a group of guys or a group of girls that are together. It's vital that you get to know each other. Know their personalities. Know what makes them tick. Know their strengths. Know their weaknesses. It just shows that you care about one another, but it's also about forming a bond. You spend more time with your teammates than sometimes you do with your own family. And it's important to really get to know who they are. Get to know who each other is. That's where you build that level of respect and trust, which is essential when you're out on the field, on the court, on the diamond, whatever it is. It's able to build that respect and trust, knowing that I've got your back, you've got mine. It's about being supportive of one another. Knowing that you're going to go out there and do your best for your teammate. Do your best regardless of what happens. If you don't get a hit or if you don't make a play, it's knowing that my teammate's got my back. Or if you don't get a hit, if you don't make a play, whatever, your teammates know that, you know what, I know he's going to get back at it. He's going to work hard to get it done the next time. That mutual trust and respect is very huge. It's about having one common goal. I mean, that's the bottom line. if a team sets out for one common goal, which is to win, that's going to build team cohesion. There's a lot of teams, especially in professional sports, you're going to deal with ego, you're going to deal with big money, status. There's a lot of things that go with it. But if you can find a group of individuals that are clear set on a path, a direction, or they have a common goal, that's what's going to get it done. But it takes individuals to build that team cohesion. Joe Torre was an excellent manager, excellent baseball player before he was a manager, but most well known for his time with the New York Yankees in the late 90s, early 2000s. He had a great championship run there. To me, he was an amazing manager because he had to handle a ton of individuals that were ego-driven, that made a lot of money. But he made that clubhouse work. He was very good at handling those type of guys. But what he did well was he set out a clear path, a clear goal for all of these guys, and they all bought in. Now I have a cool clip for you about Joe Torre. Let's take a look at it, see what you think.
You know, it's so funny. The former baseball commissioner, Bart Giamatti, said that baseball is a metaphor for life. I think there are a lot of people who probably think that baseball, in that it's a team sport, yet it's an individual sport, is a metaphor for business because you have to be an individual who performs, but you have to perform in the context of teamwork.
Well, there's no question. You can get so much more accomplished working together as opposed to doing something individually. And I had, very fortunate, managed the Yankees for 12 years. I had a lot of individual stars. However, they understood the value of working together and helping each other get through tough spots. To me, it was easy. I had a bunch of grown-ups, I like to call them, because they understood that the manager makes the decision on the direction we're going. And, when you call on them, they're basically they're gonna be there for you. This game isn't about individuals. It's about working together to accomplish the common goal. And that meant, I used to have all my hitters sacrifice in spring training. I don't care where they hit in the lineup, third, fourth, fifth. I just wanted to let them know that this is our philosophy. We're going to try to win a game here. We don't care who the hero is. We just want to make sure that we're going to try to help each other. And it's a lot easier to win when you're pulling together all in one direction than trying to, who's going to be the hero today.
Sounds exactly the way the business world works. If you want to be successful, you've got to have a good team, and you've got to have people in the right position, taking the right responsibilities.
You need to know your people. You need to know where you want to put them. That's what makes my job easy. My job is to plan it out. And then, the whole thing is knowing your people, knowing their capabilities, and just turning them loose. And that's basically what, why I've had success. Of course, you need to have quality people, and that's certainly where you start from.
I've seen that video a few times with Joe Torre. I'm blown away by his composure, his poise. Even when I was a opponent against him as a player, just seeing him in the dugout and how calm, cool, and collected he was, and he just was a great manager and a Hall of Fame manager. But it just shows you that, even he talked about the value of teamwork and the value of having team cohesion. It's basically the foundation for any winning team. I want to leave you with a cool story, and it's something that makes a lot of sense. But the 2004 Red Sox came over a lot of odds. Obviously, they won the World Series that year, down 3-0 in the ALCS. Win game 4, and then Pedro wins game 5. Obviously, Curt Schilling with the Bloody Sox win game 6, come back, win game 7, and then go on to sweep for the World Series. But an interesting thing during that year was they did not have a good June. They were played below 500 in June. We're looking up to the Yankees with 3 months to play. There wasn't a lot of optimism. But a cool story I heard from a couple of the players that were on that team was, they didn't really have team cohesion to start. They started having dinners together. Started with a few guys having dinners after the road trip. And then a few more guys started to buy into the dinners. And from the stories that I heard, as the seasons went along, the dinners became a group of 20 to 25 guys having dinner after games together. Basically, the whole team was having dinner together, and it became a thing. And it had traction. It got bigger and bigger. But what it did was it brought a group of guys together. Talking to these guys and knowing a couple of the brotherhood, the band of brotherhood that they built was some of the strongest bonds they've ever had. And I firmly believe that was a big reason, if not the most important reason, why they came back and won that year. These guys fought for each other. They believed in one another. But the biggest thing is they knew each other. They trusted one another. Very cool story. Thank you for your time again, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.